Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror Freaks, and welcome to yet another Halloween season episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Daniel Shine, joined by Todd Loya.
What's up?
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
What's up, you sick motherfuckers?
So we're here tonight to talk about a new Blu-ray release from one of our favorite companies, Unearthed Films, and that is the infamous Untold story from directors Herman Yao and Danny Lee. And this one is from 1993 and follows: cops investigate a criminal running an unsuspecting restaurant while trying to trace the steps back to how he ended up running it suddenly. All right. So this one is quite notorious. It's something when I saw the Blu-ray announced, I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Not one I ever really expected to see. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. What did you think of Untold Story, Kruger? Was it a first-time watch, or did you ever track this one down beforehand?
So this was a first-time watch for me, and I blind bought this just because Stephen Biro, was saying this is one of his favorite movies ever. And, I had no idea about Category 3 or anything like that, so completely went in blind, was just expecting something extreme, and goddamn, did I love what I got. I love the offensive dialogue. All the over-the-top characters, pervy cops, were especially fucking hilarious. The story's really good, and it first kind of plays out like a crime thriller with some slasher elements, and then it just gets into kind of like an exploitive prison movie at times, and then back into just extreme-ass horror. The gore is amazing, especially in these dismemberment scenes. It looks so fucking real. The extreme, as an extreme horror movie, there's one really brutal rape scene in here. Yeah. Among of all the other depraved shit, this is super disturbing content that I was not expecting. I was expecting, but not to this level. The character Wang Chi Hang is just a scum, fucking brutal ass killer. Anthony Wong just plays an amazing role. Everything about him is awesome. I love when he's giving everybody the pork buns with the special ingredient, and just when he gets pissed off, his eyes widen and he gets all crazed. This is brutal, and then we just get this brutal and disturbing finale. After I'm already sold, after this movie's already just been so fucking awesome, we get something that escalates it even further, and it fucking delivers. It's one of my favorite finales of any horror movie I've ever seen, and this is a fucking depraved masterpiece. I absolutely love this.
So, Pugs, I'm just going to make a prediction here before I tag you in. I'm going to guess when you saw this, it was kind of like somebody threw a mayonnaise jar into a wood chipper. But let's just see. What did you think?
Pretty accurate there, dude. But let's touch on that rape scene real quick. That dude was checking for lumps so fucking hard. I was like, holy shit. So, I'm glad she made it out cancer free. So bravo, lady. But I don't know how this one slipped by me, because I do remember the movie coming up, and it's on my list, and I just never got around to it.
Mm-hmm.
I fucked up. I could have been watching one of my favorite movies this entire time, because this movie is fucking awesome. It's made for me, because it's like a Stuart Gordon movie, but turned all the way up to 19. Because holy crap, when it gets brutal, it's fucking brutal. When it's funny, it's fucking hysterical. So I love it. And then I find out it's inspired by a true story. Is not bullshit. Actually, it's inspired actually by a true crime, and the Eight Immortals Restaurant Murders.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yes, please. that guy's insane. And yeah, I absolutely love this fucking story. And I'm so sad it took me this long to get to it. But I'm happy to be here now.
It's sad when you're dieting and you'd still be down for the pork buns. They sound taste.
Even
really
knowing
good.
what's in it, I'd do it.
Pretty much, yeah. I think right now I'd just say fuck it.
Dan,
Todd, what did you think?
Do we really need to hear about your goddamn diet on the show? Yeah, we get it. You can't eat food.
We're supposed to support him in this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you for the support. Do you have family in Macau, by the way, in the police department?
Well, also, I know I've seen this one once before on back in the day in the Gray Market tapes.
Yes.
But I haven't seen it in probably, I don't even want to guess, 20 years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's so, seeing it again, all beautifully, remastered and everything. It still works so well. It's beautifully shot. It's just dirty, sleazy. I mean, once we had the rape scene, it was over with me. So it was just
sorry, the kid violence. I can't believe I didn't mention that. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Yeah, you see why this one is a category 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I also want to co-sign what Kruger said. The ending is so satisfying because we don't get that all the time. So yeah.
No, and I was okay with everything. I was already loving the movie so much before we even got that scene, and then it just you just get this crazy performance by Anthony Wong. His acting is so fucking it's over the top, but so good, and he's totally believable as a crazed butcher.
I think he ripped off Todd personally, but yes. Brilliant actor. So yes, I've always loved this film. It had been not quite as long as Todd, but probably a good 10 years since I've watched it. And so the tone for this, if you haven't sort of experienced this style of film, I mean, 1 minute you've got these pervert cops commenting on every single girl's boobs. Then the next you've got children just getting fucking ran through with meat cleavers. It's brutal. It's not insanely gory necessarily, but it is mean, and when it hits, holy crap. Anthony Wong is brilliant.
Argue that, sir.
Yeah, dude, it's insanely.
It's not over the top gore, but it is over the top, is what
I know what Dan's trying to say with some of the other category 3 stuffs that's just super over the top.
Yeah. But it's perfect. The chopstick scene is infamous. That was one that I definitely remember. And it manages the dramatic shift in tones well. I mean, it's funny when it's supposed to be funny. It's brutal when it's supposed to be brutal, and it's a great story too. I mean, it's very well made. Not all the category 3 films are always well made. This one is one of the better made films for sure. And if you like this, there's a hell of a deep dive for you to do. And we'll talk more about that in a bit, but yeah, I'm hoping that Unearthed Films maybe got some of the sequel rights to this. And
have you seen the sequels?
Yes, but that I don't remember them as well. That's been at least
I haven't seen the sequels, so
yeah, I'd be interested to see them because Anthony Wong does play in the second one, I know. But he doesn't play the same part, obviously. So why don't we rate this?
Yeah, I vaguely remember the sequel, so it'd be nice. It'd be like seeing them again, basically. All right, Kruger, what say you?
I'm a fucking 5 out of 5, man. This is a masterpiece and may go down as one of my favorite movies ever. And I'm so happy Unearthed got it. So what do you think, Pugs?
Well, I described it as watching one of my favorite movies for the first time. So 5. I can't wait to watch it again.
Add me to the list. I'm a 5 also.
I am also a 5.
Oh,
I love
shit.
this movie.
What
is that?
Big hole.
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
There we go. Yeah. And well, we'll segue into our almost. I mean, it might as well almost be a second review, because this Blu-ray is so fantastic that you get a feature-length documentary called Category 3. Kruger, what did you think about that? And I probably should have asked you, was this like your first Category 3 film, or are you not really sure?
Yeah, so I've never seen the Category 3 film, or if I have, it's something that was just, on in the background that I didn't know the title to.
That's where I fall. Before you go too far, I had no idea Dream Home was a Category 3. I just this movie's fucking awesome.
Oh god!
Now that I know it has a title, count me in as a fan of Category 3.
Yeah, and just this documentary blew my mind. Just the absurdity in some of these stories, especially with stuff like Killer Snakes. He's talking about getting killed getting bit by the cobra over and over again. The actor in that movie, and then Anthony Wong just talking about just some really personal shit in this documentary. Goes into talking about being a kind of more or less abused by and ridiculed that when he was a little kid by his teacher, and he was afraid to do a nude scene. So in one of these Category 3 films, he fucking overcame that fear, and then that's why he's kind of gravitated towards them. And once people saw how talented of an actor is, he thrived in that genre. And I mean, he's in so much, when I was just adding through the IMDb, I was adding almost every movie they were saying, just so I could, completely dive into this genre. And we definitely have to do a Category 3 show, because these movies are crazy. And this being my first one, I loved it.
Recommend Dream Home.
Oh yeah,
I already have the first three picked out for our Category 3 show. So
is one of them Dream Home?
Cool.
Yes, I've never seen that one.
Okay. Dream Home is excellent, and that's one of the later ones.
Well,
I love that this doc talked about the Shaw Brothers horror films, which really kind of influenced it. Killer Snakes, of course, as Kruger mentioned, but and how they kind of paved the way for Category 3. Boxer's Omen, holy shit, that's good. Seeding of a Ghost. This is a very thorough. I mean, it's an hour and 20 minutes, and it's very thorough for that. I mean, they really cover so much so that I would have been happy buying this on its own. I think it was that good. And they do a good job of giving you a full, sex and Zen, which was one of the big ones. Some of the soft core stuff. Many of the BDSM themes, which was if you're familiar with these, there's a lot that are there. But I'm going to say this, and I pray to God it gets put out, because it's so perfect right now. Ebola syndrome in 2020. Holy crap.
I have a feeling that Steven has that. I don't know. I know he hasn't said anything officially yet, but I have a feeling that may be the next one he puts out if he does, because everybody's been asking about that in the group, the Unearthed group on Facebook.
Yeah, that's
and also
Unearthed.
Yeah, and also I got the Blu-ray over here, and it came with a slipcover. So if you guys like those, make sure to get this shit. Nice. It's I think $28 on the Unearthed website. Comes with the slipcover and the first printing, so make sure you get it. And it does have different cover art. So yeah, definitely check.
I was gonna say I am hearing that the first printing is already sold out, so it's just what's out there.
Wow. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff. I know there's some stuff still being sent to Grindhouse Video with the first printing. So
just because it's initially sold, there's still always some out there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And even if for some reason you don't like Untold Story, I think a lot of you, our listeners, will. The doc still makes it worth it. So
unless you found us through the craft review, then you might not be into this. Mm-hmm.
And I also liked in the doc going over the, of course, the 97 handover of Hong Kong to China and how much the film industry there has changed, sadly.
Yeah.
When they mentioned the rape of Nanking, I was like, "Ooh, right on! That's just brutal." And then behind the sun, Kruger, have you seen those?
No.
Oh, yeah, we need to do
it's
that,
worse
Dan.
It is, yeah.
Right.
You got a lot of watching to do, and because there's a lot.
This is fun homework, though. Like I'm ready.
Yeah.
Have you seen any
Me
of
too.
the Shaw Brothers, horror stuff at all, or are you all
Nope.
new to that? Except, well, Todd, I know you've seen.
I've seen some. I think it's funny out of the category 3 stuff. I've seen more of the non-horror stuff.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not all horror, but in fact, it probably take forever to watch them all. But we'll cover some of the more notorious ones for sure.
I think we'll kind of mix it up with not just the biggest ones, because we kind of want to look at the ones that don't get attention.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dr. Lamb's another one we should definitely do.
It sounds like Silence of the Lambs. I've never seen it, so I'm into it. Well, just the title.
I've been
not-
recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one I would imagine he might have, but I don't know either. So, all right. So,
Spoilers.
spoiler talk time, guys. If you do not wish for it to be spoiled, now would be the time to bow out until you check it out for yourself. You definitely don't want this one spoiled. So, anyways, I feel like one of us needs to have bloody chopsticks as our background from now on, since we all gave it a 5.
Yeah, seriously. Well, soon, actually, Unearthed is going to be putting out a figure of Anthony Wong's character. So
Oh, no shit. Oh,
stay
wow.
tuned for that shit.
That's cool.
And yeah, man. So how awesome is like the scene when the kids discover the body? Like it completely like sets the tone really well, and then just the decomposed body, like the way it's bloated, it looks super gnarly. And then
It was sharks.
right from yeah, and then like right from there we go into a scene where the girl detective is like talking about her tits and shit, and you're like, what's going on? and then you just realize like this movie's tone is crazy, and I guess that's a part of category 3 as far as what I learned in the documentary is there's like absurd humor, and it's just all over the place, and it's just a fun good time. And then like just like fucking nasty little bits in here, like the dude pissing on his hand to wash the fucking blood off, and then he goes to cook with the hand, like so fucking nasty. And like you said, Dan, the fucking chopsticks to the vag like was brutal as hell. And I love the POV shot from underneath the table, because you don't initially see her get stabbed in the vag, but you could still feel it, and then you just watch the blood drip down. Like that was stylistic as fuck. And then by the end, man, when he massacres the whole family, he kills all those little kids. Like I wasn't expecting for us to see him actually massacre all those little kids, like in gruesome, grisly death. And
Yeah, I was already-
the beheading on the.
I was already satisfied with him treating the wife like a fucking keg and just tapping her fucking neck. I'm like, I'm good here. And then he starts bitch slapping these little kids. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah. It's some of the most extreme violence I've seen to like children's in cinema like ever, to be honest. Like especially that beheading, like holy fuck. You see that little kid's head just go flying off the table, and then we get that same POV. Fucking, it's awesome. And like I was not like I already knew like, oh, this is gonna be perverted, this is gonna be a great time, but I wasn't expecting that finale and for it to finish so strong like that, because most movies couldn't pull that off, and I think that's what makes this a masterpiece.
I agree. I was really satisfied. Like, I'm not letting them win. You sure the fuck aren't. That's good for you. Also, how true is that urine healing internal injuries? I've never heard that before in my life.
Dan, you want to try it out?
But
Yeah. After Kruger's done with Dan, we'll test it out.
All right.
Okay.
I want to see the chopsticks in a women's death match. That's got to be an homage at some point. But
I would co-sign that. I want to see that too.
I'm pretty sure I've seen somebody like get fake stabbed in the veg, but you know, obviously it's not sticking. I know you want to see it get shoved all the way up in there, but also though, like what this kind of made me appreciate more. And Todd, you could take the spoilers away if nobody else has anything.
No.
Okay.
If you're back with us, this totally makes me appreciate Ryan Nicholson's live feed more, because now I understand the tone he was going for. 100% understand it, and like that makes that movie even like go up a rating a little bit for me. And I kind of want to go and rewatch that movie now, because that he gets that tone perfectly, you know, in his own sick little way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I guarantee you he saw Untold Story. So yeah, guys, be sure to grab this one. I think it's really worth it. Yeah. You're essentially getting 2 films. I mean, and
the documentary is like an hour and a half. So I mean, it's good length, and it's packed with other specials too. You know, Q&A with the director, interview with Rick Baker, and you know. Linear notes, commentary, all types of stuff. So definitely pick this up.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It also made me want to deep dive into the actual case it's based on, because I'm in it to win it.
I want to go to the restaurant.
Yes, let's all go to the fucking restaurant.
Go get some pork buns.
I'm traveling after all this is over with. So
speaking of, what are the other titles it's known by? Human pork. Fuck. There's like 2 other titles it goes by.
I'm shocked Dan would travel to that area of the world.
After everything's over, why would I not?
Okay.
I've been to Tokyo. Have you
really?
Yeah, forever ago, but yeah.
Oh, right on.
You can get everything out of a vending machine. It's so cool.
Their age of consent is different.
Fuck you, Todd.
Okay. On that note,
I hope somebody chopsticks you, Todd. All right. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, fleshwoundfeatures.com. Check out the eBay store, and patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures for where it gets even worse. I'll just leave it at that. Pug, send us home.
Over there on Patreon, there's uncensored and early content. So that's another perk to joining and helping support us. So follow us on all the social media bullshits. We're across the entire internets. Come help and follow us. Be fun. So everyone, hope your Halloween season has been amazing. So from all of us, everyone say goodnight.
Good night.
Good
Stay
night.
sick, motherfuckers. Stephen Byro is God.
Namaste. Cosign.